Scarpins Avenue.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sklar Bro Country, the virus edition, aka one egg, four legs.
AKA they got a cut of their
No,
hair.
aka two, what a cute pair, they got a cut of their hair.
I cut
you hair. I knew that one would resonate with people. I just knew it. That guy, Steve. I don't even know his last name. I don't even know if he had a last name. Bald Italian guy, I cut you hair.
AKA two benches, no park benches.
AKA two men, one Afghan in between. So it is Memorial Day right now. We should be with our families, yet we are doing this with you. This weekend, I watched the entire Maradona. In Mexico, where he coaches Dorados. It's kind of like, again, I suggested to people out here, if you're looking for something to watch, Sunderland Till I Die on Netflix.
I've started it.
It's good, is
Great.
it not? It's
Great.
so good.
Fantastic.
This is like the Mexican version, and know what you know about Maradona. There's a great Maradona documentary, but know what you know about him. This is him coming. He can barely walk. He's like hobbled over. He looks like if you know how Phil Jackson can't walk, and we often joke, Adam McKay made the best comment ever about Phil Jackson. He looks like three kids trying to be one human being
in a trench coat.
And then Bojack did that.
Yeah. Hilarious.
Vincent.
You said that he looks like
He looks like he's still wearing the hanger in the shirt that he's got.
His shoulders.
So his shoulders are. He looks uncomfortable. But the idea that imagine if someone took Phil Jackson and just pushed him down into a tiny person. I can't even replicate how he was standing, and
you were feeling
I was
uncomfortable.
sore. My back hurt watching Maradona. It's fascinating. It is so fascinating the way he takes this team from where they were to where they are. I highly recommend it. I think it's just called Maradona in Mexico. It's all in Spanish, so it's all subtitled.
Phenomenal.
It's not subtitled. It's people basically speaking overdubbing them in English. So we're saying what they're saying. It's
what
been
is
translating.
This on?
It's on Netflix, but it's people translating. So like Maradona's telling everyone like, you gotta do it. You gotta I don't know how much I want to curse on this. You gotta fucking do it. And then there's just an American guy going, you gotta fucking do it. It's like, it's so funny how they approximate the anger and this, and they're kind of a step behind. There's something charming in the translation of it. Anyway, I watched the whole thing. It was crazy. Fascinating. All right, shall we get into this?
Let's get into it.
Again, I can't tell if this is us and we're just aware of it, or it's just happening more. Jay, what do you think it is? Shoplifting?
I think it's more.
Shoplifting and more.
Thievery is out there, and I have personal experience.
I think people are just
with it.
getting bolder about it. So a woman who was detained for allegedly shoplifting in a home improvement store refused to leave until she could speak with the manager, saying she did not want to be banned from the store. Speaking of the manager, we all know that's a Karen move. That's the language is it's a Karen move to do that. I feel like the problem is that idea that I need to speak to your manager, that's a Karen move.
Well, so
it's ruining people who actually legitimately have to speak to managers.
But what's at the core of that move? Okay, at the core of that move is you just got caught,
and you're not helping me, and I'm going to go over your head.
I'm going to prove to you that the customer is king in every establishment. Right. Even if I stole from you, I want to speak to your superior. Makes that person who's accusing you feel smaller.
Okay, I feel like maybe this whole Karen thing, and this is my theory, okay? I think the whole Karen thing, I need to speak to your manager, was developed by managers of stores. There is a managers union because they're sick and tired of people talking to them.
Yeah.
They don't want anyone to talk to them. So what they do is they created this fictitious white woman, Karen, who is, anytime someone's, I need to speak to your manager, they get Karen down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They get Karen'd out of the place.
Yeah, right.
And so the managers now never have, it makes their job a lot easier.
I get that.
What if that's the conspiracy theory?
I doubt that's true, but
I don't think that's true.
It makes sense.
The incident occurred at Home Depot, 23,300 Allen Road. It's a lot of numbers. Allen Road is not that big. I'm just going to tell you right now. I've never seen Allen Road.
I think it starts at 20,000
in Woodhaven, but start at like 2. Okay. Store personnel called for police for assistance when an unwanted person, That could, I feel like the
That
store
describes
called
so
it.
many people.
Her family calls her that. Her relationships, her friends.
You're an unwanted person in this life.
Was sitting in a lawn chair in the shopping area open to the public. Now, Jay, yesterday I saw a guy, or 2 days ago, I saw a guy sitting in a lawn chair. There's like, I live around Silver Lake in Los Angeles. It's just a reservoir, and there's a walking path around that's maybe 8 feet wide.
Right.
And I saw a guy sitting in a chair under a tree that's a tiny tree. It needed a stick to be tied to just so it wouldn't fall over. That's how baby of a tree it was.
It's not giving any shade.
No shade whatsoever. He's just sitting by the tree, and he's sitting in the middle of the path. And he's on his phone. Now, he's masked up, so thank you for that.
Okay, fine.
But I don't understand how that could be relaxing.
Bros in the blazing sun.
I don't know how that can be relaxing in any way.
Old guy or young guy?
Oldish guy that like if you looked at him, you'd be like, you're 58, and then he'd be like, I'm 42. You're like, wow.
You're sitting in the sun too much.
He's like regular life 58, Comic-Con 42.
Okay.
I
know exactly how old he is. I know exactly.
I don't understand. Anyway, so that guy was masked up. Fine. He was good. But this gal sat down in a lawn chair. So I get it. It's kind of fun to sit in a lawn chair, but, according to police reports, she would not leave and refused to give her identification. Well, that was going to be a given. Do you think she was going to cooperate? Do you think this gal?
So you're caught stealing, and now you're trying to turn the tables. This is a table turning.
What's your name, ma'am? I don't have to tell you. I know my rights. How much you want to bet that came up?
Yeah,
that phrase. I know my rights. Well, ma'am, you technically need to identify yourself since you're sitting in our merchandise in our store. You're on our property.
The video of the guy at the Costco thing who was like, the manager comes over in the nicest way. It was like, dude, you got to put on a mask. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's like, though, I don't know. When I woke up this morning, I was in America. I was in a free country. He's like, yeah, but you're in Costco right now. So I'm going to take your card away.
Yeah.
And then the guy folds like a fucking.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, babe, you take my credit card and you pay for it. Yeah. In other words, like, I'm not going to put this mask on. I'm just going to walk away.
So leave, dude. We don't need you. And you know what?
Don't take your
Costco
anger.
Is better for not having you in it. This woman who was not restrained demanded to see a manager. She Karen'd up. And that's the most predictable move in the book to see, I need to see a manager. If she's like, I need to see a manager, and she didn't identify herself, okay, your name's Karen now. Your name's Karen. Upon their arrival, and I know people are probably going to get mad at us for calling people Karens, but that's the only way I can identify this right now. And again,
why is that such a bad
thing? My thing.
That's not all people.
No,
that's a very specific slice.
Right. And if your name is Karen and you're a nice person, we know some Karens. Mom's got a friend named Karen who I love.
Yes.
Karen Suroff, you're a wonderful person. Upon their arrival, officers were told that a woman concealed several items under her bag of mulch and only paid for what was visible. Okay, so now the old bag of mulch bait and switch. You know that one.
Mulchy sleight of hand move.
By the way, you can hide a lot under a bag of mulch.
Yes.
Under a bag of mulch, it's heavy.
Yeah.
Think of the way
she was assuming in a pandemic, no one's going to lift up this heavy bag. No one's going to assume that I, a meek Karen, would be able to lift this up and slide that.
And by the way, we'd be calling you by your name if you identified yourself.
Should have identified yourself.
Okay, so no one is going to assume that this gal slid some stuff under there. She's also betting on the fact that people aren't going to work as hard as they normally work, which is
because they're overwhelmed anyway.
Normally they'd lift it up and be like, did anything fall underneath there or whatever? But she's betting on the fact that people aren't going to be working as hard.
I was at the supermarket and I had some lime LaCroix underneath my cart, and they didn't
charge you for it.
They didn't charge you for it. And as I was walking down the parking lot, I realized that they hadn't charged me for it. I went back in
and bought it,
and I paid for it.
Because why do we need to screw the?
I'm like, who what does that do?
Who wins in this scenario?
What does that do?
Yes, we should. I wish
they were so grateful. They're like, you didn't have to do that. I'm like, I know, but like,
you know what you said? I'm not this gal. Yeah. I'm not sliding stuff under the old mulch bag.
And it wasn't that big of a deal either. It wasn't that big of a deal for me to do it.
The woman said she forgot. Now she changed her tune. Okay, listen to the woman. She said she forgot to pay for the items, which included paintbrushes and painter's tape.
Yeah. You
forgot about that. I just forgot to pay for those 5 paintbrushes and 3 rolls of painter's tape.
That I squeezed neatly.
Those items that I just rattled off exactly how many there were and where they put them in there.
I forgot to pay for them.
You know the things that I just remembered really quickly? I forgot to pay for them. She said she didn't want to leave before speaking with the manager so she would not get banned. Really?
Oh, you're banned.
You're banned,
You're
girl.
banned, bitch. You're banned.
I would ban you for asking to see the manager. I would ban you for sitting in the lawn chair. I would make a big deal of walking over to the mulch. Okay, if she said that to me, if I was the employee, she's like, I want to speak to your manager. I would walk over to the bag of mulch. I'd lift it up and I'd say, ma'am, you forgot one more thing underneath here. You want to come over here and look and lift it up and say, oh, you're banned. I just saw that you're banned. You're banned.
I would do a you're banned dance.
Okay. The woman then, listen to how, again, you talked about the guy at Costco. Oh, babe, you pay for it. I'm going to just wait outside. Listen to how this woman folds. She folded more than the lawn chair she was sitting in. Easier than that. The woman willingly gave the police her identification. Okay, police come in and it's like, all right, fine.
Whoops, I don't need this on my record.
I guess the police are like the city's manager, right?
Yeah, let me talk to
the manager.
the manager. I'll do you one better. You can talk to the cops.
Yeah.
That's what I was
probably being nice to the police, thinking that they would be on her side.
They're not going to be on your side.
You know what I mean? Speaking out of the side, what about these guys over here?
Right.
Look at these assholes here. You know what I mean? And they're not going to do that. A representative from the store's asset protection, which is what Dan Van Kirk worked at Marshall's. He was
theft. That deals with theft.
Theft, okay? Listen to this guy. Listen how cool they play it. And by the way, there's asset protection in any store. So if you're thinking about shoplifting, don't do it. Nobody who's listening
already, by the way, stores are in trouble. So stealing from them is like eroding an already eroding situation.
A representative from the store's asset protection told police that he observed the entire incident from a distance and gave officers a written report on the incident. Ooh. Yeah. She tried to rewrite history, is what she's trying to.
Let's go to the videotape.
Let's go to the tape.
We have a developing situation. Bill Pito.
Here's my thing about the videotape. I still believe that stores are using videotape.
Probably.
Do you think they all just
Most
still
definitely.
on the videotape system?
Yes.
Those are the last
that they just have to flip over and rewind every night.
You forgot that you concealed them? Is that what she's saying?
Yeah, what did you forget?
Woman said she forgot to pay for the items. The report said she admitted that she concealed them. So now she's admitting that she did conceal them. So what did you forget? That you forget that you forget that you hid them?
I think she forgot that she admitted that she concealed them. That's it.
She forgot that she lied to the store about forgetting about them.
Yes.
That's a lot of forgetting going on here, Jay. I say you better camp out in a chair and talk to a manager to get this thing all settled up.
Do we know if she was banned from the store? Because I don't know if it's clear from the store.
Based on the statement from the store and the woman's admission, she was issued a citation for retail fraud and unlawful use of a piece of lawn furniture that did not belong to her. That's what I say.
Oh, well, I want that.
That's what I say. Yeah. Unlawful behavior. That's what I think it should be called. Again, it's not clear if she was banned from the store. I think she should be banned from the store. Jay, what do you think?
I agree. She should definitely be banned from the store.
For like 3 years.
No, life has consequences.
Okay, and you know this is the type of store that like she'd be like, okay, she could get her stuff in other places. But even if she's convenient. I feel like she's the type of person that would cut her hair and color it differently just so she could come back to that store and would come back and then tell all of her friends, I won.
Yeah, look,
you know what I mean? That's who she is. I won. I beat you. You know.
I always wonder that too. Like if a ballpark bans someone for life, it's like,
how do they follow that up? How is the worker gonna be like, wait a minute? Because they're not looking at everybody that
they're looking at tickets.
Same thing's gonna happen in the store. She can go back there and shop there, but she should be
shamed.
Her picture should be up. She should be worried and fearful as she's shopping there.
She should be publicly shamed.
That's right. No one wants to be fearful when they're shopping.
No.
But this person should be fearful.
She should.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we got one more story. Again, it is Memorial Day. I hope you're celebrating with your family.
Or well, today, as you see this, it's the day after Memorial Day.
We're recording on Memorial Day. I hope you celebrated yesterday, and now we're off on to a shortened week. So we'll be back right after this break, and we'll see you on the other side.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Want to take a moment and just say thank you to all of our active military and people who were part of the military for all that you've done to sacrifice to protect this country. We are not military folk, but we certainly have met a lot. We certainly have fans in the military.
We have family that were in the military. Our great uncle was a fighter pilot in World War II. And
so we appreciate what you do, and we are so grateful for it in so many ways. And
our uncle was in the National Guard.
That's right.
Uncle
so
Bob.
I want to our gratitude goes towards you and what you do, and that's what this past weekend was about.
So thank you.
taking a minute to think that.
I want to mention that we are doing a stand-up show at the Nowhere Comedy Club. We put links up everywhere on our Facebook and Twitter and whatnot. We'll continue to do so on Instagram as well. You can come see us. I cannot wait to do this show. Dan Van Kirk's going to do a set in there. Nowhere Comedy Club, June 4th. So it's a week from this Thursday.
They're only releasing 390 tickets. That's nationally, internationally, whoever wants to watch at that time. That's all that's going out there.
Thursday, June 4th, 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 Eastern time, 9 Central, 8 Mountain. We'd love to see you at that show. We can hear you. It's a giant Zoom call. So 400 people get on the Zoom call. Be 400 people on the Zoom call. We're doing our stand-up. We can hear you guys laughing. It's as close to a comedy club as you can get.
And they do a really good job with
I
this.
got to give Ben Glebe, who runs it, and Steve Hofstetter a lot of credit. So thank you guys for giving us this date. That's June 4th. We want to sell it out. So get your tickets now. And hopefully there's VIP tickets. We might stick around and have like a VIP call.
Those
afterwards.
are going too, by the way.
Those are going too. And we'll talk to you guys and just do like a VIP hangout for a half hour.
I think there's
afterwards.
only like 40 left of those. So those
Okay,
are going.
so get them. And that's that. And then our YouTube page. Go to YouTube. It's Sklar Bro Country. Subscribe to that and go tool around on there. There's great videos on that. Let's get to this last story.
Let's do it. Okay.
If you've been a part of a homeowners association, you know how awful they can be.
That sounds like a fate worse than death.
HOA. Like there is nobody who says they're homeowner.
If you love being on a homeowners association, then you don't love
You're part of the problem.
The rest of your life.
Right. Okay. So
You like telling people what to do.
Right. Nobody in their homeowners, nobody who lives in a place that has a homeowners association says that they're good. No. Nobody's like, thank God the homeowners association is here. Thank God they sent me an email of all the rules I have to read.
Everyone is like, I had to deal with the homeowners association.
Oh, there's a lake behind our house. Oh, you can't put a boat in there without taking it out for 14 days and putting in the thing.
Homeowners association is like your great aunt who criticizes all of your food choices.
Yep. You're like,
oh, you're going to eat dessert already.
God. Yeah. I'm going to have dessert. I don't drink. I don't smoke. This is the one vice I have. And
sometimes you want to eat a brownie for breakfast.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Okay. God damn it. Nobody loves their homeowner association. Nobody. So Mission Viejo, California, a community is upset because, and by the way, it's graduation now. We posted on our Twitter.
And kids don't get to graduate.
We posted on our Twitter. Our buddy Brad Meltzer, great author, has a new book that I'm reading right now. I highly recommend, called The Lincoln Conspiracy, about the assassination attempt on Lincoln's life before he became president.
The one that didn't happen. It's
amazing. So you got to read that book. But his son's graduating high school and then going to Michigan next year, Jonas, and he delivered such a beautiful speech on YouTube. I put it on YouTube for him, but it was such a beautiful speech that it was like, for all, this is the way parents of kids who are graduating right now, they feel somewhat robbed of the experience of them walking across the stage.
Right, because you only get that once. Yeah. You get it once or twice in your life.
So given what we know about where things are at, it's you want to give kids as much joy as possible, given how much joy has been taken away from them.
100%.
All right. And the Homeowners Association is taking...
It's there to piss all over those dreams.
You know, if anyone should be taken down a peg right now, it's kids who are graduating. That's what homeowners associations are saying.
Community is upset because the graduation signs they put up in their yard were taken down by a homeowners association.
So the community is pissed.
I would be pissed.
Let's make sure we don't support them at all. That's what the Homeowners Association is saying. They only had the end of their senior year taken away, Jay.
Along with graduation ceremonies.
And prom and spring sports. Let's now take away these signs.
Yeah, okay? God, these guys are flying so high. Let's take them down.
Enter the HOA of Mission Viejo. It was literally, quote, right there, right here with the flowers. Santa Margarita High School senior Sophia Muratala said, yeah, with the flowers.
That's it.
You're going to hate on flowers now?
Jeez.
By the way, these signs aren't going to be up for like all year. They're gone. Like the second the graduation happens, they're done. So like wait, 3 weeks.
So they made them take it down? Or
no, wait.
Jay,
listen to this. You know how, to resemble the beauty of a teenager who cares about her school in the future, you should just piss all over that? That's what they're doing.
That's what I said.
There hasn't been much celebrating for her, but the graduation sign in her front yard, Jay, brought her joy during an otherwise difficult time. You know, the front yard that they own.
Yeah, that's my house.
I guess your property line for these property lines starts inside your house.
Well, I don't understand this. So they probably live in a gated thing.
Do you know how banks, I'm talking about shitty banks, not Citibank, shitty banks are forgiving people's loans for 3 months. You'll have to pay for it at the end, but they're saying for the next 3 months, we're going to allow you to not have to pay your mortgage just to get you through this period of time.
To get you out from under the hole.
That's a huge help for people. 3 months. Shitty banks are being more forgiving than this homeowners association. Now, aren't they supposed to make your life better?
If I lived in this neighborhood, I would go so crazy on these people.
Okay.
I'd put every sign in the yard of the person who runs the thing.
So we put it up and we're so excited. Muratala said, you walk around the neighborhood and you get excited to see which school each of the other seniors are from. Yes, that has to be exciting right now. You want to feel connected in a world where you aren't connected anymore.
This is the epitome of tone deafness.
There's fifth graders that are graduating from elementary school, and then the eighth graders. Again, how dare the high school seniors get excited about anything, right? Yeah. Great call to snuff that out, by the way.
Good call to squash kids' joy over academic achievement.
Right. Why don't you then tell her how when she joins the workforce 5 or 6 years from now, she's going to always make less than her male counterparts. Why not take away that joy from her too while you're at it, you glass ceiling, glass holes.
They're idiots.
Maybe you can invite her family over, like I said, and give her to a glass ceiling introspective PowerPoint TED Talk. Maybe they'd want to hear about that, you idiots.
Look, I can't eat. There is no justification.
The fun ended recently, though, after several of the students' signs disappeared from inside the gates of Mirasol. The town gates of Mirasol, by the way, sounds like the place you go right before you die.
Gates of Mirasol.
You're in purgatory, and you're like, am I getting into heaven? Well, you got to go to the gates of Mirasol.
It sounds like a Steely Dan song that wasn't recorded.
It's like the B-side of the Caves of Altamira.
The gates of Mirasol.
A townhome community with an HOA regulations enforced by a board of directors. These people should all be fired. Every single one of them.
They should be ridiculed.
Or they should have their townhomes tagged by local graffiti artists.
Look, I don't believe in capital punishment, but tarring and feathering, I'd let that happen.
Riding out of town on a rail, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, we're just making sure you knew how appreciative we were that you took down our signs of joy. I say TP the shit out of the homes.
Yeah.
Even in this time when toilet paper is a valued commodity.
I'd steal the toilet paper from these people's houses and then TP their
That's right,
houses.
with their own toilet paper. They either walked around and took them down or had the security company do it, said a concerned father who didn't want his name used. Yeah, he didn't want his name used because God knows what this HOA has on this guy.
Well, his son had his sign taken down, so this guy's pissed, but he doesn't
want
more.
No way they walked around and did it themselves. They had the security company do it.
Yeah, there's no way they did this on their own. They're too weak.
You send henchmen and women out there to do it for you so you can make another person feel bad for your dirty mistakes.
There is no reason they should be doing this at all. There is no good reason. You could try to sit here and convince me. You'll never convince me.
Here's something you could do maybe
if people were like vaping to celebrate, I'd be like, all right, you got to get them to stop.
You can't vape in the common areas.
If you put a sign in your own spot, in your own yard.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is no signs, no political signs, no nothing. And this might fall into that, but this wasn't political.
No, you don't.
This is just congratulating your people about your thing. It's like a birthday party balloons. I guess you're not allowed to have balloons from your mailbox.
What's next? Are they going to go door to door and start taking down kindergartners like art off refrigerators? Is that the next step?
They're the
for these
art
jerks?
Gestapo. All right. On Zoom during a virtual HOA meeting Monday night, his wife asked where the signs were. According to the homeowner, the board member admitted that they were taken down because of placement in the common area violates HOA rules. At that point, I'd be cursing his ass out on
what
Zoom.
Common area?
Yeah.
That's my yard.
Front yards, is that a common area? Again, I don't understand where the property line starts. You got to help me out, HOA. I don't really see how this bothers anyone. It's not like it's politically biased. That's what we said.
That's what we said.
It doesn't harm anyone. It doesn't make sense to me as to why they would do that. Muratala said, yeah.
And it's not going to stay up permanently. That gets taken down in a month.
Tops.
2 weeks, maybe.
I feel like the HOA has to get into more. You have to press them into more specifics why they took them down.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
You don't get to just say, I guess they were just taken out. No, you need to
tell me why.
The property manager said the board of directors has no comment on this matter other than to say that the signs will be returned to the respective owners upon request.
That's not good enough.
That's not good enough. No, we want an explanation, and we deserve an explanation now in the public because now this is a public story.
Now I'm mad at you, Gates of Mirasol.
Show your
Homeowners
work,
Association.
dummies. If you're ripping signs down, you got to explain yourself.
Yes.
There you go. You don't
Yes.
just get to make that call without any explanation
No,
whatsoever.
you do not.
It's ridiculous, cold, cruel, and we should be coming together as a community right now, not finding ways to pick fights, a concerned resident said.
Agreed.
That's right. That's what I said.
This is kind of what you get for living in a gated community, but still.
Still. This is where you bake them a gooey chocolate cake, the special one from the movie The Help.
Yeah.
His 11-year-old sign is gone, but the 5th grader's little brother felt so bad that he came up with his own sign and hung it on the garage. It says, "Do not remove," which is going to get pulled down.
Well, let's see it. Let's see if it gets taken down.
Try and take that one down, HOA.
I just keep putting signs out.
Yeah.
I keep putting signs out, and then I would sit out.
I put a sign with an American flag on it and have the HOA take that down
Yes.
and then say they hate America.
Why do you hate America?
Why do you hate America?
And I put a Ring videotape and grab and then say these people hate America.
Well, you're going to get elected out and some things are going to change, I think.
I hope so.
Policy changes in the HOA.
We're in a new era. Your old rules don't apply anymore.
They don't. You got to be flexible and you got to be loving to people. That's what we need to do. Guys, that's our show. I want you to punch a water faucet and wash your hands. Stay socially connected, but stay distanced.
Yes.
Stay protected.
Don't get infected.
We love you guys, and we will see you tomorrow.
La-ti-da, la-ti-da-ti-da-ti-da, la-ti-da-da.